But anyway, that's by the by. So this mad focus, this lopsided focus that we have, this lopsided percentage difference between building the society or building a society or building our society, yeah, has led to the loss, as you were saying, of family values and spirituality. We have lost the art, brothers and sisters, of family. We no longer have family members in our family who have had the experience of what constitutes a good family. A good balanced family. You know, the generations now where the parents haven't experienced good family and their parents haven't experienced it. That's how it's come now. You know, in my day, that we could always look back to our parents and say, well, you know, they came from the West Indies or wherever they came from, and they had extended family. So they had an actual experience. They had it in their memory banks, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So they could pull from their memory banks and say, well, you know, such and such should go such and such a way. But now we don't even have that. That's been wiped.
That was like on the news last night. You're right. You remember on the news with that married couple who'd been married for like 80 odd years. I can't remember how long.
Yeah.
And the newscasters were in their house and filming them. And the man was saying, move over. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And they were talking about...
And you were saying it reminded me of you.
Because that's how...
I mean, you of me. Yeah, it reminded you of me.
Yeah, because our brother Chris always say, move over. Because the man's saying, you're not supposed to be leaning that way. You're supposed to be leaning this way, you know, while they're having their photo taken. But the relationship that they had together was a very jokey relationship, but also quite critical as well, which was unusual. It's unusual because within marriage, we're always taught you've got to be nice and you've got to be, you know, there's no arguing or anything like that. But they were quite bickering with one another. But whatever they had, it worked because they've been together for a long time.
For real.
But it was really nice to see, like a very old married couple.
Yeah.
You know, who were really successful.
They had to reach 100 years old before they got on the TV.
Can you imagine?
So this is what we have to do to, you know, to get family, community and nation as the focus. Something extraordinary has to happen.
Something radical.
Radical. Something deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they can get their little 5 minutes of fame and then that's it. Get them off. The Englishman's home is his castle. Yeah. If the Englishman's home is his castle, just imagine the analogy. You know, you see these films where they have these castles and it's got the battlements and the drawbridge and the moat around it. You know, there's ye olde England days, Robin Hood and all that. And there's all these peasants on the outside. I'm looking at this film and I'm looking at where we will fit in this picture. The Englishman's home is his castles. Most of us then are the peasants locked outside of that drawbridge. Yeah, we are locked outside of that castle environment. Yeah, the peasants are left on the banking. And by the way, I never mentioned,
You didn't.
the title of this week is Skanking on the Banking. And I'll explain that in due course.
Okay.
But if you look at it, the peasants are left on the banking. The castle, battlements, drawbridge, people inside living large. Because even when we got our houses, we ain't living large, you know. We're not living how, you know, we envisage it to be. As you said, even when we do have our house, we can't even spend no time there. You know, we're seeing these shows on the TV, Cribs, or whatever it is.
Your MTV Cribs.
And they're showing these palaces.
Missy Misdemeanor.
They're showing
Elliot.
footballers with sunken swimming pool baths in their house.
With rows, like bookshelves of trainers, you know.
With crystal, or whatever it's called.
Crystal, yeah.
With fridge, with diamonds all the way around it.
Yeah.
You know,
Home
big
cinema.
wall-to-wall TV and stuff. And that's what we're being shown to spur us on. But we get our places and it's some little house, you know. That's not too much to speak of, but it's our home, yeah? So anyway, his castle, whether like on the outside of it, striving to get on the inside of it, but the drawbridge is pulled up, you know, for the most part, so that we cannot get there. So we are skanking on the banking, basically. Let's analyze the terms. Skanking on the banking, you know. It actually came from a song sung by a reggae artist called Little Roy. And the song went, why are you skanking, your black brother? Why are you skanking, you black sister? On the banking, you black brother. On the banking, you black sister. And it'd say, oh why, oh why, oh why? Asking the question, why are we skanking on the banking? You know? And I just thought it was very relevant looking at the terms, because we're looking at building society and banking. So I thought, let me look at this. So if we look at the word bank, let's analyze them, and then we'll get to understand what came to mind when this term came in my mind by Allah's grace and mercy. In order to get the capital for a home, you need to get a loan from the building society, as we said, as we have been saying, or a bank. Building societies are said to be more friendly than banks because they were set up for home loans in the first place. But banks are more powerful. I've got some definitions of bank down here, because bank means more things than just, obviously, you know, an institution where you can get money. Yeah, let's read that one first, though. There's many definitions. The first one, a financial establishment. This is for bank. A financial establishment that invests money deposited by customers, pays it out when required, makes loans at interest, you know, all these terms that we were talking about, and exchanges currency. It also is a bank. It's a stock of something available but used when required, like a blood bank, a memory bank. Yeah? And we were talking about that our generations don't have it in their memory bank no more. What a balanced family is. Yeah? The bank, it says, the store of money or tokens held by the banker in some gambling or board games. The person holding this store is the banker. A site or receptacle where something may be deposited for recycling. A paper bank. Somewhere where you can put things. Somewhere where you can store things that are valuable. That you can retrieve. A bank, you know.
A bottle bank.
A bottle bank. What else does it say here? A store, we said that one, especially blood, tissue or sperm. A bank. But then it also goes on to talk about the noun bank, a land, or the land alongside a sloping down or river or lake. You know, we were just talking about that bank around the Englishman's home, which is his castle, which we find ourselves skanking on. The banking, yeah? A slope, a mass, or a mound of a particular substance. An elevation in the seabed or the river, mud bank, and it goes on. It says, the traverse slope given to a road or a railway or a sports track to enable vehicles to run around the bank, you know, as they go round. It's like a edging, yeah? Slope, yeah? The sideways tilt of an aircraft when turning in flight. Bank.
Okay.
Yeah? Airplanes bank as they turn. Do we need to bank to turn away from the direction that we are heading mentally, spiritually as well? A set or a series of things, especially electrical or electronic devices grouped together in rows. A bank. Yeah? So banks mean all these kind of things.